Boss Fight Gaming. Get ready. Fight!
Hey guys, welcome back to another tutorial from us, Boss Fight Gaming. Today we're playing Microsoft Flight Simulator and we're going for the achievement Service with a Smile. First of all, on the main menu, you need to go to Options, which is at the top, and then you need to go to Assistance Options, which is the middle option, go down to Piloting, and go down to AI Radio Communications and turn that off. Then you need to come back to the main menu, click on World Map, and then you need to select your plane. We want the Airbus A320, I believe it is. It's the very top option plane on the left hand side. Choose that. Then we're going to go to the top menu where it says select from. We're going to click in there and choose an airport, and we're going to type in KLAX, which will bring up Los Angeles International Airport. Then we'll click on the box just below, which gives us our runway option, and we're going to go down to gate 159, which is a medium gate, and then we're going to click fly. Once the loading screen is finished, we should be on this screen. Click ready to go. Now, right at the beginning, you will need to press left on your D-pad to unlock the brakes. You will also need to press right bumper and right on your D-pad at the same time. So RB and right on your D-pad at the same time to turn on your engine. Once you've done that, bring up your ATC menu by clicking on the option at the top in your toolbar. Go down to ground service, which is probably the bottom option. Then just click on option 1 to tune in. And then go down to the second from bottom option, which is request Jetway connection. Now this can be a little bit temperamental. If for some reason the control center says sorry, we can't connect to another airport and try the same thing again, because sometimes it is a little bit temperamental. Please don't hold that against me. It's happened to me so many times. It took me over 2 hours to get it to work. So yeah, you just need to request the Jetway connection, and then once it's connected, it's fully connected, that is. I just have to wait a little minute for it to connect properly. Once it's connected and we're happy that it's fully connected, we can then start to request other options. So we're going to request a fuel supply. We're going to request this early because this takes the longest to get here. We do have to wait for the fuel truck to arrive. So as you can see, we will be hanging around for a little while waiting for the fuel truck to arrive, but we do have other options to get through. After a little while, and we are happy that our Jetway has been connected for long enough, we can just disconnect it. So we request a disconnection from the Jetway. Again, if that didn't connect the first time, you'll probably have to leave, come back, or try a different airport with a medium gate and just try to connect that Jetway the same way we did here. Hopefully it did work for your first go and we aren't going to mess around. If it doesn't, I'm so sorry guys. It is a pain in the backside, I know. I don't know, I have no idea why sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but that is the case. Okay, so after a little while, we're going to click on request power supply, and this little van at the front of the airplane should reverse back into the plane, and a little cable should come out and start charging the battery. Then we're going to go down and click on request baggage service. The little truck at the bottom, the little two trucks should start moving over, and the baggage men personnel should start doing the work. Just having a quick look around to see if we can see the fuel truck. Again, the fuel truck can take a little while, so just be patient. You do have to wait for it to come and fill up the plane. We're going to request the catering service van now, just because we can't see the fuel truck. If you do see the fuel truck coming straight away, you might want to hold off on the catering service van because it can get in the way of the fuel truck and really slow it down. So just have a look around. If you see the fuel truck, just hold off on the catering service van until the fuel truck's done its job. If you can't see it, just bring in the catering service van, let that do its thing while we wait for the fuel truck. Now at the moment, we have done the request Jetway connection. That was the first one, and then we disconnected it afterwards. Then we connected the power supply. As you can see on the right hand side, they all say end now, which means they're actually in service. So we've got the fuel supply end, which means it's on its way, but it hasn't ended yet. But the request power supply, that's actually connected up right now. The end means we can stop it if we want to. Request baggage service end, request catering service end, and request Jetway connection. We don't need to do request Jetway connection because, like I mentioned, we've already done that. So, as I mentioned, at the moment we have 4 things going on. We have the power supply unit doing its job, we have the baggage service doing its job, we have the catering service doing its job, and we have the fuel truck that's on its way. After a little while, the fuel truck will finally arrive. Again, it may take absolutely ages for it to arrive, and then when it gets it also takes forever as well. But he is very slow. You will see him come to the back of your plane, then he will start to move around to the left and park right next to your left wing. Now, because all the others are about to finish their jobs, we can actually automatically request the power supply to end. All the others will automatically end on their own. So cancel off the power supply by requesting it to end. And then the fuel truck will park on the left hand side and it will bring up your fuel menu. Once it brings up your menu, use your cursor to hover over the left inner and just tap it up to the right by 1, and same with the right inner. Move it from 86% to 87%, so we're just increasing it by 1% on each wing. This will in turn fuel the aeroplane. You will need to press the blue cross at the top right to cancel off the fuel menu options. Once we've done that, we are going to request a pushback, which will mean this little truck at the front of our aeroplane will push our aeroplane back, which is the final request that we can do in this area. So we're just going to wait for him to push our plane back a little bit. So he is going to reverse into our plane, and he is going to reverse backwards. Now, I have sped up the video a little bit in parts, so for me it's going to be a little bit quicker than it is for you, unfortunately. However, I did have to do this for over 3 hours trying to get it right, so hopefully you will forgive me for speeding up the video. But yeah, once he gets about halfway, you can just cancel the pushback and he will stop. And that means we have all of the options in this area that we can do. Now, we do need to move on to another area to get the next part of the goal. And to do that, we need to press start and we need to quit out. So whenever you're ready, just press the start button and then press return to the main menu. Once the main menu is loaded up, it does sometimes take a little while, but it shouldn't take too long. Once the menu is loaded up, we need to go back to the wheel map and we need to do pretty much the same thing again. So we're going to make sure that we still got the same plane on, and then we're going to type in KLAX again. And that will bring up the Los Angeles International Airport. We just need to click on that to make sure that we have that selected. Then we go down to our runway, but instead of it being the runway, we're going to go down and we're going to choose the option ramp. So we need to choose ramp here. Go up a little bit, make sure we got the right one, which is ramp on gate 10. I think that's gate 10. It's a bit blurry for me, but anyway, as long as it's a large ramp, it should be absolutely fine. So go down to large ramp and then load in. So once we're loaded in, we will be back on our ATC menu. We will need to release the brake again by pressing left on our D-pad, and we also will need to turn our engine back on by pressing RB and right on our D-pad. Go to our ATC menu and then click on ground services, again probably the bottom option, and then just click on the top option, which is number 1, to connect to the service. And then the only option that we need to check here is the request ramp connection. Now this is a little bit slow because we have to wait for the ramp to connect to our plane, which we can see if we change our camera to the outside camera, which is the double square button, select button. On the left here we see our little a ramp coming to connect to our plane. Just give it a chance to connect. Now this part's a little bit slow, guys, so you just have to bear with it. Basically all you're waiting for is that ramp to connect to your aeroplane, and then jobs are good in. It is a little bit slow, well, very slow, so just be patient as you can. And then once it's fully connected, just wait a little bit just to make sure. And then once it is and you're happy that it is, just go down to your options again on the right hand side, the ATC options, and request the ramp to be disconnected. Once the ramp is disconnected, you may get the achievement if you already have the filler up achievement already. If you don't already have the filler up achievement, you will have to go and get that, because that is part of this as well. Now we're going to move on to the filler up achievement part of this. So as long as you've done that, you've disconnected, that's the only thing that you need to do in this area. Now we're going to move on to the next part. Once you've finished with the ramp, guys, you will need to back out to the main menu again, so pause the game and go back to the main menu. Then we're going to go on from the main menu onto the wheel map, and we're going to go into our airplane selection screen at the top left, and we're going to choose a plane with a propeller. Now I went down and chose the texturing, which is this one, but you can choose any plane as long as it has propellers. However, I do it with this, so if you want to choose this one as well, that's absolutely fine. Once we chose our plane, we're going to go to our search bar at the top. We're going to click in the search bar and we're going to search for ALXGB. So ALXGB, and then we're going to click on it, which takes us to Gibraltar. Then we're going to click on the runway option, and we're going to go right down to the bottom and click on parking 16, which is the fuel box. And then we're going to press play. Now once this is loaded up in Gibraltar, we're going to click on ready to fly. And when we click on ready to fly, it will take us to our airplane screen, and we will have the fuel options on screen. You need to press your left stick in to get your cursor available, and then you need to go to left main and right main under the fuel options. I'm just showing where the fuel options are there. You can click on this disabling notifications bar nonsense just by clicking on it, and that gets rid of it. It can be a little bit annoying. So if you ever get that on your screen and you want to get rid of it, if you click on some of the area that's black, it should just get rid of it straight away. Anyway, so we go down to left main and we just knock it up just a slight little bit, just to add fuel to the vehicle. And then this way we will get our achievement called Filler Up. And we'll also get the Service with a Smile achievement, which is the one that we've been working for. This is a very annoying achievement, guys. I'm very happy that you've managed to get it. It took me nearly 3 hours to get it right for you guys. So please consider subscribing, commenting, liking, and just give us a bit of support. That way we can make more videos for you in the future. Thanks for watching. Take care.
Boss Fight Gaming. You lose. Game over.